Well, it's Monday, so welcome, my League of Eagles. We gather every Monday here for leaders and legacy in style, the divine, masculine, and the feminine. And we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. I'm always grateful to be connected with you today and every time that we come together. I'm Joy Ruffin, your minister of enlightenment, awareness, and awakenings, and your signature style and leadership specialist. Oh, today we're going to be diving into one of my favorite conversations. Don't we have many, though? It's all about gratitude, compassion, and kindness. And this is what we're returning to. It's the calling of a new beginning for all of us. And today, our featured guest speaker, oh my. Let me just breathe for a second and say to you, you're going to help me in a moment or two, not right now, welcome our featured guest speaker, Darryl K. Horton. Darryl is the ambassador of kindness and compassion. I could share with you, and I'm going to very briefly, a little bit about him. He's an author, a keynote speaker. His extensive career includes a focus on relationship marketing, diversity, facilitating everything that has to do with training and the strategic education for building a community that's full of kindness, compassion, and love. There's so much more. I could go on and on and on. But before I go any further, you know the drill. All I want you to do is just sit back and relax and help me welcome our featured guest speaker, Dr. Darryl Horton, Ambassador for Kindness and Compassion. And Darryl, come on up and welcome.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited. You're here. I love your background. I love the work you're doing. So I want you to share with us a little bit about how you came to be Ambassador Dr. Darryl K. Horton. Share with us briefly a little bit about that, and then we're going to get into the work that you're doing now. Yeah.
Well, my road to becoming an ambassador was, I look at it as saying everything that's happened to me in the last 63 years, it has been a blessing, but I was getting my doctorate in humanitarianism, and one of the attendees happened to be one of the queens of a brand new country off the coast of Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And that led to me being invited to a party where she appointed each one of us as ambassadors to that new country. So that's how I became an ambassador of happiness and kindness. And it's been a joyful journey ever since.
I love that story. A new country, and you became the ambassador for a brand new country. Well, bravo and good for you. Now, along with that title that you were lovingly delivered and welcomed, I'm sure, because of the work that you do, how did that start the appreciation and gratitude movement that you're so involved with now? And by the way, Darryl, I love that appreciation and gratitude movement. Share with us a little bit about what that's all about. I think we might know, but I want to hear more from you.
Well, it was 2019, just after the world got hit with COVID,
Mm-hmm.
and I was kind of just sitting around, and I said, well, let me see what kind of impact I can make. So I made a social media post that basically said, if you want me to send you a card, all I need is your physical mailing address and your name.
Mm-hmm.
And within 2 weeks, I had 600 addresses.
Wow. Well. So tell us how you proceeded with those 600 addresses? How did you navigate and move forward with all of that? Is that when your movement
Well,
actually started?
that's when my movement started, and it gained fuel from there. I happen to be an affiliate of send out cards, so I have access to cards that can be mailed all over the world, which made that part of it very easy. And then I started sending birthday cards, anniversary cards, condolence cards. Uh, didn't matter. Your dog had a birthday. Here's a card for your dog. Your kids have a birthday. Here's a card for your kids. Oh, you got it. You got a promotion. Here's a card. Congratulations. And then people started posting my cards on social media. And then that just led to more people sending me their addresses.
You know what, Darryl? I love this, and I tell you why. It's twofold. Because first off, we're in this technology age right here and now. Everything is text, email, and voice messages, and so on and so forth. And that intimate connection, sending cards and writing something meaningful, impactful, hopefully inspirational, enlightening, and whatever on that card has become a little bit rare. So you started here, I think you said in 2019, and you started
Yes.
right after COVID or before, whatever. And then now it began to build and build and build because people still need that intimate connection. And that's what you were giving them by sending them the cards. And that leads us to how you began to build meaningful relationships. So share with us a little bit about sending out these cards, building these relationships, and how that began to materialize for you. Love it.
Well, I actually started when I had emergency spinal cord surgery,
Ah,
and I literally had to shut down all of my businesses and everything because my neurologist said it's either your health or your business.
absolutely.
So of course, it's my health. So
Absolutely.
I was laying around and I said, you can't move or lift or do all those things, but your brain still works.
Yes.
And I already had the cards in my toolbox,
Mhm.
so I just started sending cards,
I tell
and all
you.
those cards led to relationships, and those relationships led to rebuilding everything.
Do I love this story? And let me tell you why, because we'll get a little bit of personal here, but you know how to dissect and separate. When you started to send these cards and they were personal and you're sending them out to the people, were you asking more about them or asking them to share more about themselves to you? Or was it a
Oh no,
combination? How did that? Yeah.
it's all about them. It's all
Yes.
about them.
So
It's all about them.
they began to share back with you more stories and enlightenments about where they were in life and what they were aiming for and so on and so forth. Would that be more or less on point?
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly.
And how did you decipher, or did you, the ones that you wanted to start to begin to build your community with? Those that
I
you
didn't
wanted to,
decipher.
what was that?
I didn't decipher.
So each and every one became a part of your community.
That's right.
I love that. So then, without sharing anything personal, what are some of the things that they would share with you when they would write to you? What were some of the personal things without sharing any names or identity that they would share with you that gave you the impetus to be more impactful in their lives?
They would tell me what's going on in their life.
And
And I mean down to the those things that people want to put mask on for, they would straight out tell me this is what's going on. And I'm a safe place for everybody to come to because I'm not judgmental.
I like what you just said there. I tell you, Darryl, because you're not judgmental, and what you're saying is that people wear masks, but in the correspondence with you, the mask was off, and you were not in any by any means judgmental. You were just commenting more or less without giving a definitive yay or nay about what they were sharing with you. So that in itself is very, very powerful. Do you find that the people who were corresponding with you via email, that it was easier for them to do it in print as opposed to in person, or voice messages and so on? Was there a separation there?
There's not much of a separation because once they get a couple of cards, the relationship goes offline and we're actually talking on the phone.
Ah, that was what I wanted to hear. Okay, then you would have a phone conversation. And that leads me to making everyone feel welcome, valued, and appreciated. Darryl, not knowing you, but knowing you, I bet through that phone conversation that ultimately you would have, you began to listen more than converse with them, and then not give judgment, but just yay or nay, or however. How did you how did those conversations go? Because don't think for a moment that this is minor and irrelevant, because it isn't. Because a lot of people, you mentioned that word mask to start off with, they start with that mask and wear that mask, but then they don't really know. But as they get to know you, they will unveil and shed that mask. So, what did you find that you were able to impart to people, that they were able to be openly more open with you and sharing with you whatever it was that they needed or wanted to share? That's a biggie.
It is, and I have to say that it's something I've been able to do since I was in high school, and
And
it's being approachable
yes.
and making people feel comfortable to be themselves.
Mm. So when people come to you and when you did do the one-on-one connection with them, there was nothing in you except the desire to hear what they had to say. And then I'm going to jump out of the box here. And I bet in doing that, you were able to ask them more or less what they thought and what they felt, as opposed to them hearing what you thought and what you felt. Was there something akin to that in your relationship or dialogue with them?
Oh, that's akin to every relationship I have. I
Okay.
I I, I do I do very little talking.
You listen.
I listen,
Okay.
and
And
by the
in
time they
the
get done talking, I know not only how to help them and how to guide them, I give them the freedom to not only be themselves, but go do what you want to do.
do I love that? Do I love that? Let me say that again, because in that listening, then you're able to hear, receive what it is that they're saying, and probably underlying what they're not saying. I'm sure there's some of that too. And then you
Exactly.
respond. And yes, yes, yes. And in your responding, Darryl, an example is how are you responding? You're responding in love, light, and gratitude and compassion, right? You're not responding with judgment. And this is the key.
Always.
Always.
It, it
Yes.
and it is because I ask people a lot of times, how high is your EQ? And most people
Mm-hmm.
don't even know what their EQ is because they don't know what EQ is.
Yes.
And
And
they're like, well, what is EQ? And I'm like, that's your emotional intelligence
mm-hmm.
rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And mine is off the charts.
Mm-hmm. Mm. I think it's beyond admirable, the work that you're doing, because I know I don't judge either, but I have a deep sense of discernment. I feel and I can sense people. And oftentimes we all wear the mask at different times, contingent upon all the variables that you're dealing with. But underneath it, if you have an emotional IQ that's really working and you're intuitive and you have compassion and gratitude in your heart, you can feel and sense it in others and you can relate to it. I think the work that you're doing is beyond needed right now and called for. And I'm so happy that you're out here doing it. I'm going to take a quick little reset. And then when I come back, I want to go to your journey. And you mentioned the spinal cord surgery that you had recently, not recently, but when you had that. I want you to expound a wee bit on that and how you came, and maybe even before, to do this great work that you're doing now and how it fills you up. So stay tight, stay tuned, and my engineer is going to scoot you away, and I'll be back with you in just a second. That said, there's one thing that I think all of us need to be more and more aware of, and that is that it's never really, and Darryl spoke to this so brilliantly, many other people have as well. It's never about us. Never, ever, ever. It's always about the other person. And the work that he's doing speaks to that. So what I'm going to do now is ask you to join the group, Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. This is a group that your vision, your mission, and your purpose needs to be, we hope that it will be aligned with legacy. What is it that you're doing to inspire, impact, and enlighten other people to rise to the greatness, the gift, and the genius within themselves? That is all that we're all here to do, no matter what the line of work it is that you're doing. So if you can take a screenshot or a snapshot and join this group, you won't regret it. And while you're there, make sure you connect with some of the other ladies there. Find out how you can collaborate and join in with them to do different things so that you can have a meaningful, impactful collaboration together. And then in turn, in conjunction with that, there's now a YouTube channel. It's Joy Ruffin Fashioning Femininity, Style, and Truth. We go there every Thursday. And your assignment, I love homework, and I hope you do as well, because we're always perennial students. And Darryl spoke to that brilliantly as well. That said, leave your comments, leave your suggestions. Whatever you do, don't go and just listen. Subscribe, and then invite friends to subscribe, because this is a channel where we're all about the divine masculine and the divine feminine, conjoining together, collaborating together, where equality is at the top, the pinnacle of what this is all about. Fashioning femininity, style, and truth. And now let's take a look at Darryl's graphic. Building healthy confidence with Ambassador Dr. Darryl K. Horton. You have an assignment. Get the email, get the WhatsApp number, get everything that you can, take a screenshot and a snapshot. You can feel the sincerity and the passion within Darryl, and make sure that you connect with him, because he's all about, and he spoke to it lightly but brilliantly, about building healthy relationships. Relationships in this universe that we're all in, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, doesn't matter what name you call her, him, it really doesn't matter. We're all here to do the same thing, to be united and combined in love and light with each other, sharing and extending our own knowledge and gifts to share them with others. You won't find someone better to be this with. I love how he shared with us how he started this out by sending out cards, and that led to the moment that he's about now. That said, I'm going to go back now to Darryl. Darryl, you shared a lot initially in the beginning of our conversation, but what you said about after your spinal cord surgery and how you came to do this with sending out the cards and everything. Tell us a little bit more about your journey, because when you speak about my journey, your journey is what I'm sure what some people want to hear more and more about. And you are fading into the darkness now, but we can see you wherever you are. I think you're in San Diego. The clouds are going down and you're going down with them, but we can hear and see you. So share with us more about your journey, about the work that you're doing now, and why you're so passionate about it, why you love it so much, and how it began for you.
Oh, wow. Well, let me start from the day that I woke up and could not move. And of course, as we all know, nobody was home.
Oh, my dear.
So I literally laid there for about 45 minutes until I could roll over and get to my feet. And I made my way out to the garage, got one of my father's old walkers, rolled myself out to my car, and drove myself to the emergency room.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
Oh,
The emergency room, gratefully, is only 15 minutes away.
thank God.
So I when I drove into the parking lot, apparently they saw me. They saw me walking, so they met me at the door with a wheelchair. And that was about 11:30 in the afternoon,
Hmm.
and I never left.
How long were you there?
The on-call neurologist came in at 9:30 that night, and after two MRIs and a CAT scan, he says, "I can't let you go home." Yes. I
Oh,
said, "Well, that's a little different than I can't go home."
wow.
He said, "You need emergency surgery right now."
Wow.
And he said, if I'd have waited 2 more days, I would have either been paralyzed or dead.
So, Darryl, what caused this stroke? Do you know? Because waiting from when you woke up at 9:30 that morning and then 11:30 to the hospital and 9:30 before the doctor arrived, what caused the stroke? Do you know? Did they share with you any insights about that?
I didn't have a stroke. I had no disc between my fifth and sixth vertebrae, and my spine was compressing.
Oh, oh,
So I was literally walking dead.
wow. Mm. And no clue. You had
And
no clue.
no
Mm.
clue, because I have an extremely high pain threshold, and it was just like, okay. But after 10 and a
Mm.
half hours of emergency surgery,
10 and a half hours.
I now have metal bars from T2 to T10.
Wow. Oh my
And
goodness.
yes,
I
it
misconstrued. I misunderstood what you said. I thought you said a stroke, but you just say a spinal cord disabled, and now you have a disc from T. Say that again.
I have metal bars from
Metal
T2 to
bar.
T10.
Wow. I don't know the distance and what that means, but that's quite a distance, isn't it? Mm.
That's almost my entire thoracic spine.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking. Now you confirmed it. Wow. And did you have, Darryl, any inkling prior to this happening that there was some discord in your body? Did you have any of an inkling like movement or headaches or back, anything at all?
Uh, I would have to say no, because, like I said, I have an extremely high pain
High
threshold,
threshold. Yeah.
and I would literally, go pop a couple of Tylenol and go to work.
Wow. Unbelievable. The gods are good, aren't they? They really are. No matter what God you adhere to, the higher source, the higher power, the supreme being, it doesn't matter. When you're in sync somewhat, he, she, they, it's good. Good for you.
It's
Well,
good, and I wouldn't be here otherwise, because I found out later that the neurologist that did my surgery was one of only two in California that could have done it.
whoa. You see? You see? Doesn't that just confirm that questionable, uncertain thing that we all go into from time to time? And yet there's a knowing that it's okay, it's all right. Yes, indeed. So that leads to all of this. This is quite a journey you've been through. And let me ask you, did the ambassadorship happen before or after the spinal cord injury?
After.
After. Okay, good timing. So now that you're involved with all of this work that you're doing, share with us a little bit about what the value of mentorship means to you and how you are having it involved in the work that you do and the people that you are around. Share with us a little bit about the value of mentorship, because I solely believe in that completely.
Wow. Well, mentorship to me, it everybody should have mentorship. Everybody.
I agree. I agree.
Um, my mentors have not only encouraged me to get up and keep going,
Mm-hmm.
they're walking right beside me.
Yes.
And even before I even knew what a mentor was, I had a mentor. And that was when I was 13 years old.
Mm-hmm. Tell us
To the
about that. What is that?
well,
At 13, share a little bit
at,
about that. I like that.
well, at 13, I when I was young, I was huge into junior bowling.
Yes.
And my mentor slash coach was, I mean, we spent hours together. And when I turned 16, she said, how would you like to be on the junior state board? And I said,
Uh-huh.
what does that mean? And she said, well, they have meetings 2 or 3 times a year, and it puts you in it puts you in a position of authority in the junior bowling world. Me, I'm like, okay.
That's a good story. And
And
you're
so 6 months later, I was elected to the board, and life changed.
yes. Well, mentorship is everything, and I'm glad that we're ending with that, because that's exactly what you're doing now with all of the beautiful souls that you're meeting and connecting with. And I really do bow to you for that, because we need more of that. And you're doing it with Heart and Soul Connected, which is one of my favorite expressions, and I use it all the time. So I say bravo to you. And after sharing with us all of this that you've gone through and what you continue to go through, and with your Joie la vie attitude and outlook on life, I'm just happy for the connection. The time flies here. It's over. So before we say so long for now, do you have any parting words, a takeaway? You want people to walk away with something that's impactful, that's meaningful for them? And I'll ask my engineer to put up your graphic one more time, and then you can share with us whatever. And then I'm going to close out the show. So Darryl, whatever you'd like to say, share it with us now.
Well, I encourage everybody to go after their dreams, because whether they know it or not, somebody is waiting for you to do what you're going to do, because it impacts what they're going to do.
Yes.
So
Absolutely.
go. Don't live life with I shoulda, I coulda. Live life with I did it. It worked or it didn't work, but I did it.
I don't
And
think you could end with a better.
don't let other people influence you to not do what you know you want to do,
Well, Darryl, I think that's
because nobody sees your vision but you.
no one sees your vision but you. People will be a part of your vision, but that's because you allow them to be a part of yours and you of theirs. And that's the way it goes. Great ending. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish you much luck, much success, and I'm grateful for our connection. My engineer is going to scoot you in the green room. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It was a pleasure. You have so much to give, and I'm grateful that I'm a part of your community and your tribe. I'll be with you in just a second or so. My Eagles, I thank you for sharing this time and space with us. I hope you know by now that I honor your presence, your energy, and your willingness to grow each and every time that we meet. Now, I have a little bit of a tweak here for you, here and now. This month, the theme was your power in full bloom unfolding. Well, there's a tweak here in that this Monday's show, every Monday at 3 p.m., this is the last showing. And what a great gift it was to have Darryl end it for us. It's never an ending. It's just a so long for now, because we're getting ready to do something else. Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies will continue every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will continue with the YouTube channel, Joy Ruffin, Fashioning Femininity, Style, and Truth. We'll continue with the radio broadcast, and it will be on all of the major platforms. But for now, closing out Monday, only Monday, because we're getting ready for a big event that's coming up in May, and we'll be sharing more and more with you about that. But for now, I want you to just keep in mind the theme for this month. We're almost at the end of March, hard to believe, but it's true. So when we say that your power in full bloom unfolding, that's exactly what we're leaving you with. We have one more broadcast this coming Wednesday, and then it's over for this month. And then we're taking another little bit hiatus, getting ready for May, which is going to be a very big month for us, for all the things that are coming up. So thank you for your attention. Thank you for your time, your love, your devotion, your sharing. And know that as an eagle, you are special. Everyone is. And we thank you for sharing the time and space with us that you do each and every Monday. And I want you to know that I honor your presence and your willingness to grow. Each and every time when I say I'm leaving you with food for thought, I want you to know that empowerment without release is incomplete. And we spoke a wee bit about that today with Darryl. Because when you release the old conditionings, you create space for the new empowerment to rise, which is what the awakening is all about for all of us. So join me this Wednesday, and then next Monday, no Leaders and Legacy and Style, the divine, masculine and feminine combined, but we'll be with you in spirit. And know that when you subscribe to my YouTube channel, you're becoming a part of our community, and also to Leading Ladies, Leaving Legacies. Both of these communities belong to you, and we want you to be a part of it. Leading Ladies and YouTube, both are yours. And there are also the packages that are waiting for you. These are the rebirth, the re-beginning, the beginnings of something new for all of us if we're interested in style and just not fashion. And there's so much more to that. And when we do a one-on-one, which I'm wanting to do with you, I'm going to share with you a lot of myths and old programming and conditioning that just has to go as we advance into the bedrock of society that we are, without blame and without bashing or blasting anyone, not even ourselves. So my Eagles, until the next time, you be and stay well, sending you always much, much love from my heart to yours. Cheers. Until the next time, see you soon.